Alright, welcome back to the Supercoach Nuff channel. In this video we're going to review round 25 of the 2024 NRL season, particularly looking at NRL Fantasy and NRL Dream Team on Sports Deck. So we'll look at Fantasy first with a 940 for round 25, putting us just up around 9,000, so a slight increase in overall rank. If we can sort of hold in the top 10k with the last 2 weeks, and I guess what we're expecting in those 2 weeks, we should be okay. But it could all fall apart too. But the team this week was, went quite well. Harry Grant with the 76 was great. Don't think we'll have his services this week, which isn't ideal. Fanil Blake was quite good too with the 75. Barnett with the 33 sort of struggled to get too involved off the edge. But Isaiah Yeo as a captain was great with an 85. Kalamatangi and Fafita were both underwhelming with 36 apiece. But, we haven't got any other options at this point. Trindle and Fogarty were both solid in the halves, 42, 54 respectively. Centers were solid too. Tungo, Kiraz with 42 and 48. And then our wing fullbacks, we had Teddy, who, compared to his Supercoach score, that's a bit flat with 55. But Tommy Turbo with 91, he was involved in a lot there, trying to get the Seagulls over the line. And Dylan Edwards with 31, is okay, but we have expected more from him in the past. On our bench, we ended up with Reid Marnie scoring a 40, Jai Gray with a 33, didn't mean to click on Jai Gray there. Hands with a 45, and Finu with a 31. Which, worked out well. We did have Hammer as an extra player, but the 20 was the right score to leave out. So, given we've got no trades, that was essentially the best team we could put on the park. A few more points if we'd captained Turbo over Yo, but, I'm very happy with the 940. But we'll have a look at the league, because I've forgotten if we're into the semis or the final. Pretty sure it was the semis, wasn't it? And it looks like Helen Keller's optometrist getting a good win over Big Keith. So having a look at the squads. So I had the VC on Harry Grant, which worked out well, getting 76 points, doubled. In the middles, so Carrigan, Yo, and Fanil Blank. So struggling to see how Big Keith didn't do so well, given those scores. Captain Yo for the optometrists. A solid edge though, Nikora and Katoa 69, 65 respectively. Jerome Hughes with an 87, that's massive, particularly I guess when you haven't got Cleary playing. Dan Gagai with an 89 as well, so now I'm starting to work it out. Ponga with 72 was quite good. Eero with 67 was good. And then on the bench, Burton 66, Finer with a 72, so that definitely helps boost the bench a bit. Reid Marnie with 40 was solid. So, I guess like having Savage 57 points on the Pine is not ideal. So, I guess maybe just not replacing Cleary might have, cost Big Keith there. And then on the other side of the draw, Team Gibbon getting a good win over Titanic. So, let's see. So, no Connor Watson. So, again, you look at this, you're like, how did he get such a good score? But 73 from Carrigan. He's, having the captaincy on Turbo, that helps. Scotty Drinkwater on the bye. So I guess having Tristan Saylor with the 55 slot in there is pretty handy. Your middle, so probably McInnes would have slotted in, so he copped Brown's score as well. Might have missed out on Finu 72. That's the only knock on Paul's team there. And then on the other side, so looks like Vermel had a full team, but Cherry Evans only scoring 27 as captain. That hurts. Particularly you got Tommy Turbo, got Jerome Hughes sitting on the bench with an 87, Angus Crichton with the 75. So, maybe just that difference in captain would have, almost created an extra 100 points. Maybe not 100, but, definitely would have pushed it a bit closer. So well done to Paul and Adam, I think it is Helen Keller's optometrist. Yep. So second versus third after the regular season. So well deserved spot in the GF. I won't touch on the team too much for this week because obviously no trades, but I think Grant's going to have to come out. So we've got cover. Fine is out. So I think the hammer will end up in here somewhere. Hopefully Josh Curran comes back from injury. But other than that, that's essentially what the team's going to be looking like. But into the sports deck side of things quickly, because I am running out of time to record. 1,039, which was a little bump in the overall, but must have been some monster scores if there was 12% higher than that. That's all I can say. So I had Cook. I didn't play Coruscant, so I mean that would have been nice to get those points. But Tarpany I had with 69. Just brought Geimer in as the captain. I had Turbo as VC, so that was a no-brainer. But Yo, Crichton, Nicola, all amazing in the second row. Burton, Galvin, I did go DCE in this format, so that was a bit of a bust. Do have 2 trades this week. Potentially one of them is DCE back out. It was just a 1-week play. The hammer was a bit underwhelming, but a better fixture this week against the Bronx. And then the back 3, same as in fantasy. But we'll have a look at the head-to-head. So this was the preliminary final, and Hell's Granny sneaking over the line against Guns N' Roses. So Shoaib misses out on 2 different fronts, unfortunately. Both had Tommy Turbo double, which is nice. Angus Crichton for Hell's Grannies was a differential. Just trying to work out where, Eero. So I guess it was just a couple of these lower scores, like Kalal Matangi with a 26 was a bit flat. Lomax with a 29. Although Sharp had kick out. Oh, I'm looking the wrong way around. Sorry. Kick out with a 24. Yeah, so I guess it was just those big scores from Eero Crichton. Probably just the difference makers there. Both had Hughes, which is nice. Wish I had Hughes. Gunner Guy Tigers did get a monster 11-27, which is fantastic to see. But looking at their team, so Captain Hughes, which was a great call. As Harry Grant with a 95, Gagai, nice point of difference there. Had Eero, Nicola, Fanor, Blake, Burton all scoring 70s. So some good results there. But what that does mean for this week, the GF is between the Dragon's Lair and Hell's Grannies. I guess, again, good luck to both teams. Might do a little preview as part of the NRL Fantasy preview. I guess, again, given I've got no trades in that format, I'll show you something in Dream Team, I suppose. But yeah, no initial thoughts. Like I said, it's probably going to be something like DC out. Jerome Hughes is probably getting rested this week. So I don't know who I want to bring in. It might be just if Nico Hines is back from injury, even though I just traded him out. I've got the trades, I'll bring him back in. Could be Tom Dearden as a pod against the depleted Melbourne Storm, it would seem. That's actually not the worst idea I've ever had. But it could be something. Could be just SJ for the lols, but we'll try and push high in the overall. So it's probably going to be a play like Dearden, which then gives me a lot of money, which I don't really know what to do with. I can't even see where he is now. There he is. So we bring in Dearden. We've got close to $500,000 on the last trade. So it's just whoever you want really at this point. Could be just got Drinkwater, just completely load up. We've got Sharp and Gray. So could be trade out Sharp in for Drinky. It could be Val Holmes. It could just go all in on the Cowboys, something like that. But we'll leave it for Thursday. Preview round 26, head-to-head finals. It's a great time of year if you're involved. So, as always, if you've got any questions, comments, thoughts, feel free to add them below this video. Give us a like if you enjoy the NFL fantasy content. I guess we talked about Sports Deck, the NFL Dream Team. Still a couple of spots available. If you're interested, jump on board with that. Give us a subscribe to follow all of that stuff. The EPL, the BBL and NBL will be coming up when they're sort of open for the season. Give us something to do over the summer. But other than that, we'll catch you in the next one.